I've had to film this video like 10 times because there is so much background noise outside, and I've just been getting so frustrated because there's dogs barking, there's builders making such a loud noise, and I'm like, ah. So finally I can start filming the video. Hopefully, I don't think there's anything in here which is going to make a noise, fingers crossed. I'm also joined with Vinny, but he's being antisocial and doesn't want to be in the video. So yeah, let's get started with the questions. The first question is, should you have a pet store cage? Now, I suggest you avoid pet shop cages as much as possible. They're just very restrictive in terms of space. They're not very attractive to look at, and they are very often overpriced. That is the thing I don't get. If they were cheap, I would understand why people would buy them because maybe it's all they can afford. But when people say, oh, I can't afford to get so and so, there are so many options, so much cheaper. I've seen pet shop cages very, very highly priced with very restrictive space. So then I went to IKEA, got the detail. This is a very large glass cabinet. Barely anything you have to modify about this, you only have to make a lid. So there's very little that needs doing to this, and this costs £40. That just goes to show that you can have a really nice spacious setup and not really pay much at all. You can even utilise your old playhouses or sheds for your rabbits and guinea pigs. These work as excellent accommodation. To give them extra space and variety, you could even think about adding an aviary onto this, but this really doesn't cost much at all. And you look at the scale of things, a tiny pet shop cage, they are just ridiculously overpriced. Now there are some exceptions to this, and some cages may just about reach the minimum size. I literally cannot go around to IKEA anymore without just thinking of how I could convert one of their pieces of furniture into an animal home. It's crazy, but that's just how my brain works. So yeah, just have a look around your house, see if there's any old furniture which you could convert potentially into like a hamster house or a gerbil home, or look around your garden, see if there's any old playhouses, sheds that could be utilised for your rabbits and guinea pigs. The next question is, I was wondering how often you need to fully clean out your guinea pig cage. Also, should I spot clean the cage every day? In an ideal situation, it's best to do it every day just to keep on top of it. Doing a full clean of any cage, it just wastes so much bedding, so much clean bedding which could be used again and keep being reused. But when people just do a full clean, this is very wasteful in my opinion. Guinea pigs and rabbits especially do need to be kept on top of when being cleaned out, so I suggest removing any soiled bedding on a daily basis just to keep on top of it. So I would only really suggest doing a full clean out maybe a couple of times a year. It really depends what accommodation they have, but for something like what I have, that's what I would suggest anyway. The final question of this Q&A is, why do you have just one hamster? Are they loners by nature? Is it preferable to keep them alone? And could Pingu be introduced to your gerbils? So I previously had a pair of Roborovski dwarf hamsters, and they were together from the day they were born, and they got along for maybe the first few months of having them. Then all of a sudden I woke up, I think it was during the night or something, and I just saw them both at complete opposite ends of their cage, jumping up, trying to get away from each other. They'd been fighting, I'd seen them like tackle each other. I know some people have pairs together, and I think that's really great if you can keep them as a pair, though in my experience it hasn't worked out and it's kind of put me off doing it in the future. I definitely know Syrians are solitary and they will live completely by themselves and they don't live with other hamsters, whereas with the dwarves it's a bit different. So I would never ever introduce my hamster to my gerbils. I think that would end horribly. I guess people think because they kind of look similar they'll be alright together. For example, gerbils will thump when they think that they are in danger to warn the others, and hamsters don't do this. So that is just one example of how they do not know how to communicate properly. So I guess that it is better just to not even try. It could end out horribly. So those are all the questions. Remember to leave any more you may have down below for next week's Q&A. I would also like to say I will be getting back on track with my normal videos as well. I am going to continue with the Q&As, but I do need to start making more care videos, and I promise I will be doing that, and I'm going to try to be uploading possibly 3 videos a week. I know that's quite a high target, so please don't expect that all the time and all that consistency, but I'm going to make an effort to be uploading more in general. So look forward to those videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!